Hello, good morning, everyone. Hi, James. Hi, Vanessa. Let's get started, shall we? Okay, in today's seminar, I believe that Laura is going to talk us through her tutorial paper. Are you ready, Laura?
Yes, sure.
Great. Now for the other students, do feel free to ask questions at any time. Okay, over to you, Laura.
Thanks. So today, I'm going to talk briefly about the history of immigration to the UK from the 1950s, and then look at how that's changed more recently, and see where the top towns and cities are for immigrants to Britain. So actually, Britain has been a popular destination for immigrants for centuries, and even in Shakespeare's time, London would have been quite a cosmopolitan city. This is due largely to London's position in the centre of a colonial power, the large amount of international trading the UK did, and also slavery.
Weren't a lot of immigrants actually soldiers who had fought for Britain in various wars?
Yes, James, that's absolutely right. A lot of foreign soldiers ended up living in the UK. Anyway, none of these waves of immigration was really planned, so that's where I'd like to start. At the period just after the Second World War, when the British government invited thousands of foreign workers to live in Britain, as it didn't have enough people for the jobs that needed doing. In 1948, the first mass immigration began with hundreds of West Indian families arriving in London. Mass immigration continued throughout the 50s and 60s, mainly from Commonwealth countries.
I read that it was actually very difficult for these families to settle into the UK.
That's true, Vanessa, yes. It wasn't easy for them to integrate, and there was sometimes a degree of racial tension. So the UK government introduced several race relations laws to try to tackle the issue. Anyway, most of these immigrants settled in larger cities like London, Birmingham and Liverpool. However, these days, it's quite common to find relatively large immigrant populations in smaller cities, and that's what I'd like to look at now. So, if you can have a look at the map I handed out earlier. Okay. Although London is the most popular destination for immigration, many smaller cities now have sizable immigrant populations. Take Hull, for example, in the northeast of England. This has a significant Iraqi community. And Peterborough, further south, has a population of nearly 20,000 Latvians. Larger cities are also now attracting people from a wider range of countries. For example, Birmingham. Although the highest percentage of its immigrant population are from Pakistan, it is now the most popular destination in the UK for immigrants from Afghanistan. There are some other surprises too, with around 30,000 Spanish people choosing to make the Scottish capital their home, for instance.
I thought that Edinburgh had a high Chinese population.
Actually, it's Glasgow more than Edinburgh that attracts Chinese immigrants. Anyway, the largest number of immigrants to the UK in recent years has come from Poland, with just under 80,000 settling in Northern Ireland.
What are the reasons for immigration into the UK?
Well, there are many different reasons. For some nationalities, they're escaping persecution in their own countries. For others, it's to look for work. In the case of the Poles I just mentioned, most of them were skilled workers who were filling a gap in the UK labour market.
You mean Britain didn't have enough skilled workers?
That's right. There was a high demand for these kinds of jobs, especially in the housing market, and not enough British workers to do them.
Is there a specific reason that certain nationalities choose certain cities? I mean, why are there so many Latvians in a small town like Peterborough? Is there some kind of cultural link?
No, I don't think so. Actually, there's no easy answer. It may be that a community exists there already, so they can get help and advice when they arrive. It may be that there is suitable work in that area.
Okay, Laura, thank you very much. That was very interesting.